Okay, the previous video covered the basics of making the report, the really basic entities of making a report. This video, and maybe the next one, will take it to the next level entirely. This is where we intend to use calculations in our report, building upon calculated queries and getting to the stage where you actually do a calculation in your report, not in your query. So to get there, same process as before. Before you make a report, generally you have to make a query. So create query wizard as before, simple query wizard, and this time using this equipment database, we want to include the field equipment, we want to include price per item, and we want to include quantity. Let's see what's up there. And next. So nothing for summary just now, just click next again. And we're going to give this a really simple name. We'll call this, let's see, total income. I think can be a reasonable name for it. And then we'll go straight to modify the information. So we have simple fields here. We've got the equipment, price per item, and quantity. Just to give you an idea of what that actually looks like, we have the item of equipment, how much that costs, and the number they have in stock, the number they have available. That's great, tells us basic details, but what else do we want to do with it? What can we do to this information? So let's go to our view and our design view. We want to total this information. We want to work out what this actually means. So we start by adding a new field. Now remember, be consistent. If you're working with capitals, have capitals on before. You need a colon, and then you need your square brackets. If you're not sure what a colon is, it's the two dots. That is to the right of the L key. Now your square bracket, this is where your field name goes, if you remember. And the first field you want to work with is price per item. So you type in price per item, and you close your square brackets. Then multiply in databases is just the same as is in spreadsheets. It is your asterisk. And then clearly a simple multiplication. We've got our price per item multiplied by the quantity we have. And then close your square bracket. Now if you've done anything wrong, you'll get an error message, much like I have done there, because I didn't use a square bracket, I used a bit of a strange one really. If you want to look at your entire formula, extend the width of it, and you'll be able to double check it and make sure it's all visible and that you're happy with it. So first of all, what we're going to do is tick the box to show it's visible, and then we're going to run our query. Now let's put a sort into our design view, and let's sort our equipment in ascending order. And there we go. It makes a bit more sense now that everything is in order. So we've made a query, we've worked out the equipment item, the price per item, the number available, and the total. So let's just save that query, and then close it down, and we'll close our table as well. Now what we're going to do is to use a report to make a report. So report wizard. This time in our report we're accessing a drop down menu, and you want to use the total income query. And that gives us our equipment, our price per item, our total, and our quantity. And let's move across all our fields at once by clicking on the double arrow. Now grouping. Do we want to add any sort of grouping? Yes. Let's group it by equipment. And let's go for a sort, and this time by quantity. Now this time we're going to click on next again, And let's keep a portrait landscape. Let's go for stepped this time. And we'll change the name up from total income query just to total income. And then we will finish, like so. And as you can see, it has displayed the information as we wanted to. It's got the equipment, the quantity, price per item and total. Pretty simple and pretty straightforward really. If you wanted to, you could of course close your print preview. If you were so instructed to, you can add your report headers and footers and manipulate the text as you wish, but that is, in its most basic sense, is using a calculated query to go into your report. Very simple and very straightforward.